Hello. Vocabulary development. Synonyms. From the options lettered A to D below, choose the word that is nearest in meaning to the one in capital letters. The Ahmadis are looking for a place where they won't be accessible to their relatives. What does accessible mean? Is it acceptable or assailable or reachable or approachable? Well, here are the synonyms for each option. Acceptable means satisfactory. When something is acceptable, then it is satisfactory, which means it is adequate. And that it is adequate means it is at least tolerable. If it is satisfactory, it is tolerable or permissible. If something is tolerable, then it is permissible, that is reasonable enough, of course, to be permitted. Provided it is reasonable, then it is also suitable, etc. And you can use admissible too, that which can be admitted or accepted. What about assailable? What about assailable? Assailable is vulnerable. When a person can be assailed or is assailable, then that person is vulnerable. If he is vulnerable, then he is attackable. He can be attacked. That is, he becomes defenseless. He becomes defenseless, which means exposed to danger or harm. Exposed. That means susceptible. Right? Susceptible, etc. Assailable means any of these. But reachable would be accessible, that very word. Accessible, which means that the correct option is C. Accessible means attainable. Attainable means approachable in some contexts, that which can be approached. So in the absence of reachable, approachable would go in this case. And if the person is approachable or reachable, then he is available. That means he is within reach. Within reach. You can add more synonyms to this group. Any of them here means reachable. How about approachable? Approachable in a different context means friendly. When a person is approachable, in that sense, it means friendly, also accessible. You can talk to this person, you can reach him. The person is open and therefore is welcoming. If he is welcoming, then he is sociable. He is sociable. In some contexts, social too, right? Which means affable. Affable, etc. etc. So once again, correct option is C, where they won't be accessible to their relatives, reachable to their relatives. That's question number 9. This One now is question number 10. Watch out for question number 10. So here comes synonyms question number 10. That was Mrs. Bassey's first accomplishment in the department. What does accomplishment mean? Orientation, achievement, establishment, or opportunity in the department. We begin with orientation, which means introduction. To receive an orientation is to receive an introduction to something, that is to get aligned with that thing, noun form, alignment, so that you can go with the goals. That means you receive a sense of direction, or you receive direction. Things are put in proper perspective for you. In proper perspective would mean the requisite adjustment for a particular purpose, etc. Orientation. How about achievement? Directly speaking, that is accomplishment. An achievement is an accomplishment, some form of success achieved, an attainment, that which is attained. Attainment is a feat or a triumph. Anyone that is recorded, not recorded, recorded. Any of them can go with achievements. So then the answer is B. What does establishment mean? It is a foundation. Establishment is a foundation, which is some sort of institution, foundation, institution, or organization. Or a corporate creation, corporate formation, etc. That's for establishment. Any of them can mean establishment according to context. Then we have opportunity, which is a chance. Where there is a chance, then there is a prospect. A prospect offers a possibility. All right? Chance, prospect, possibility. There is always an opening in that case. There must be an opening, an occasion for doing something, etc. etc. So that's why the correct option is achievement. An accomplishment is an achievement. Did you get it right? Though it was on a very short notice. Question number 11. Synonyms question number 11. A treasurer must account for. So the word group, which synonym we must look for now is account for. Every penny. A treasurer must account for every penny. What does account for mean? Evaluate, classify, explain, or reckon. What goes there? Account for. Evaluate. Evaluate would mean assess. Right? Assess. That is appraise. Appraise would mean judge. To judge is to analyze a person's motive or actions. As the case may be, analyze, that means estimate. Estimate or examine. Examine. To examine would mean to rate or gauge. Gauge. Even critique can go here. Critique, etc. Each of them means evaluate or judge according to the context. What about classify? Classify, to place in a class or category, not category, is categorize. Verb. Categorize means to group. To group. To group would mean to sort or arrange. Sort, arrange. Often by labeling. So label or organize. Organize or to rank. Put them in a rank, etc. How about explain? Explain also can mean clarify, like this, clarify. Explain can mean describe or illustrate. Illustrate, that is to interpret. Or define, that is to expound. To expound or elucidate, etc. There are at least 6 other synonyms in this vocabulary family. 6 other synonyms. Finally, here we have reckon. Reckon means to calculate. To calculate is to estimate in another sense, different from the sense in evaluate, that is to consider. To consider or count, that is consider in the sense of count, or to suppose. Suppose, which means to regard. Again, in that particular sense, to count would mean to compute, even permutate, etc. So which one is nearest in meaning to account for? That will be to explain. So a treasurer must account for every penny. This is English with Mike, sponsored by Cheshire Internet Test and Training Center. Consult us for your online classes in preparation for any exam at any level. Until we meet again, be good.